You're listening to Bush Radio. Bush Radio.
Your real talk radio.
Here we go.
State Affairs with Edmund Obilo is live. Stay tuned.
Knowledge is power, and there is power in books. At Udara Books, we sell books and disseminate knowledge. Buy books on www.udarabooks.com. Udara Books, out to stock your library and connect you to a new world of books.
Aisha, it's good to have you on State Affairs.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I love the color of the book. Who chose this color?
I did.
You did?
Honestly. I worked with a creative designer. Yeah, and he, we said what colors. The whole idea was, we come from people who don't have a very strong reading culture. Let me put it that way politely. And so I wanted a book that would be eye-catching, that would at least make people be curious enough from the cover to at least pick it up and touch it, if nothing else.
It looks so soft, but hard.
Exactly. That's the whole idea. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Until you open it.
Until you open it and you read it.
And when I opened it, I started with a page. Let's go to the page.
What page is that?
That should be the first page. After the content page,
right.
Chapter 1, Deciding to Run.
Yes.
My friends joke that I have an aversion to ease and a built-in reader for suffering. One swears I have punish me tattooed on my forehead in invisible ink. Is that who you are?
Yeah, I kind of think I'm a sucker for punishment. If there's an easy way and a hard way, I somehow seem designed to take the hard way. Somehow.
How come?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Do you like stress?
No, who does? But I'm one of those people who, I always wonder why can't it be better? Who's just, for good or bad, because I know it has its advantages and disadvantages, is just never satisfied. I just think we can do better. We should do better. I want the people around me to be better always. And there's this favorite poem by, I think it's Jack Frost, about the road less traveled. So I think I'm one of those people who just always takes the road less traveled. Not the path that looks easy, but just the path that looks interesting and different. Following those yearnings, it seems like I'm always destined to take the hard path. And hence my friends say, I like suffering.
Do you always succeed?
Let's see. No, I do not always succeed. But on reflection, I always feel comfortable, happy, satisfied with the decision that I made.
Are you on a mission?
Am I on a mission? I think so, definitely.
Have you conquered?
No, I just begun.
You just started?
Barely started, yes.
Was that why you joined the People's Democratic Party?
No, but honestly, then the mission hadn't even started. When I joined the People's Democratic Party, it was more out of a sense of frustration, a spur of the moment thing. The 2014 primaries were looming for the 2015 general elections, and I could see very clearly that, one, I wasn't going to get the type of woman I wanted running for office. And what do I mean by the type of woman I wanted? Just, I guess, somebody that looked like me. Not that I'm special, but just is fairly well educated, has some exposure, is experienced. I wasn't seeing that type of woman.
But you have
running.
to be special.
Why?
You have to be special.
To run for office?
Not really, but to create change.
Yes, I guess you do.
Genuine change.
Real change, yes.
Are you a philosopher?
No, far from it. Just a lowly lawyer.
How do you write?
How do I write?
Yes.
Well, I usually write in my head first. Yeah, it's a hard way to write, but in my head I would be mulling over what I want to say, what I'm thinking, and then I start with the paper and then I rewrite several times. I'm one of those people who, as I said, never satisfied. So I rewrite, and I prune and I prune and I prune. So that's how I write. And I write best in the mornings. I like waking up really early after I say my morning prayers, and I just, before the kids wake up, just sit and I write. And then I edit in the evening. So I do my regular work during the day and then I edit at night. So
do you find time to read?
It's harder and harder, but yes, I definitely will. Sometimes I'll just hold the book to my chest before I fall asleep, as if I can read by osmosis. But yes, I'm typically holding a book in my hand every day, but I might not read it.
What kind of books do you read?
I read, typically I'm always reading 2 books, one fiction, one non-fiction. I'm still a very big fan of fiction. I like to escape. So I read anything that, wins the Nobel Prize, the Booker Prize or something. I will read those books. And for non-fiction, I'm typically reading autobiographies. Lately, a lot of politics, what other countries have gone through in terms of their political development, what's going on in China, things like that. Democracy, books around politicians is typically where I am right now.
You struck me. I went through one of your articles.
Right.
Let's look at the lines together.
Sure.
PDP's change is merely a catchy, slightly menacing phrase telling us that the 2 major parties in Nigeria are really one coin with illusions of different sides. Aisha, tell me more.
Tell you more. I mean, for many people, PDP at one time, I'm not sure if they're going to use it for the 2019 election, but PDP's slogan lately has been change the change. And I find that, almost laughable, because APC's slogan for 2015 was change. And obviously many people are very dissatisfied, and PDP is trying to leverage on that and say, let's change the change. But yeah, I think they're both the same party. I mean, even if we just look at, on the surface, we just look at the people who've moved between them. So APC in the beginning was made up of 5 PDP governors. So they've always been together in a way. And then now, since APC won the general elections, we're seeing many more PDP people streaming into APC with no barriers to their entry. So it means that there's no ideology, there's no real differentiating factor between what drives APC as a party and what drives PDP. For them, it's always everyone is welcome, food is ready, come and eat. That's their philosophy.
Do I have any option but to believe your story? Because you have gone in and you have seen, right?
Yes.
Was it rough going in?
It was. Even to join a party was a problem. I realized that this thing is not designed for outsiders. Politics is an industry with stakeholders and gatekeepers, and it's not for us. They don't want us. For us, we should stay and do private sector, go and work in the banks, stay in the oil companies. We're not really welcome. So even joining a party.
Who are we that are not welcome, and who are the deciders of those that are welcome?
Well, we are just the regular Nigerians who are constantly wondering why our lives are not getting better. Why 20, 30 years ago I was complaining about light, and 30 years after I'm still complaining about light.
Who are the irregular ones?
The irregular ones.
Yeah.
The ones who are holding the parties. The ones whose faces and names we've been hearing since we're in primary school and are still hearing today.
Dictating the destiny of the state?
Yes, and getting ready to replace themselves with their children, which is also scary because their children largely seem to have the same ethos, the same sense of what Nigeria is that their parents do, which is a place to be raped, to be taken advantage of.
Did you go into the PDP to confront this tendency?
I wouldn't say that I was that noble. I just wanted to know what it was about.
You were not even ready to win?
Of course I wanted to win. And the thing about politics, very interesting for those who are thinking of entering, is that around you, the people will make you think you can win. The political economy is dependent and reliant on people like me, you foolish people, in quotes, who have more money than sense, or who have more passion and idealism than sense. So they'll tell you, no, you can win. This is the reason why you can win. These are the political permutations. You have a good chance, because as long as they keep feeding you that hope.
Did they convince you with those arguments?
I was convinced. I mean, the incumbent seemed so hated. It was like, how could he manage to win when everybody seems to hate him so much, from the ward chairman to the party officials? To be fair, at the top of the party, the national level, I was told clearly, don't bother. we're going to keep the incumbents, because the president, at that time, President Goodluck Jonathan, wanted a second term, which was being fought and resisted by members of his party, because there was a sense from the Northern Bloc that you've already done 2 terms. So trying to run now is a 3rd term. So because he wanted to have enough support within his party for that second term, he had promised many people that they could just keep their tickets. It was called automatic ticket. That was the phrase we were hearing at that time. Automatic ticket, meaning even if you do the primaries, nothing will change. Everybody's just going to stay the way they're supposed to stay.
Were you rigged out?
Well, it would be nice to say that. I mean, but let's just say the process was not transparent. If you have let me give one example. If you have delegates that can't write, right? And I say, so it's me.
Delegates that can write.
Cannot write.
You told the story here in your book.
Yep. Delegates who cannot write.
And they controlled the words. You had to dance to their tune.
Of course. Definitely.
Aisha, why? Why did you dance to their tune?
What?
Were you desperate?
No, I wouldn't say so. I would say that, when you're an outsider, you come in, depending on how your nature is. My nature is to observe what's going on and to blend in like a chameleon. So the rules of the game... You blended in. Of course. Because
like a chameleon.
Like a chameleon.
You changed your colors.
I did, because those were the rules of the game. The rules of the game were this in politics, this is what we do. But with my book, I'm hoping that many more people will not need to do what I do.
They violated your innocence, right?
Well, they opened my eyes, let's put it that way.
Is it not violation?
Well, in a way, I think I deserve it. We all deserve to be... in a way, we deserve our violation. In a way, we don't. We're all being violated by our politicians and our politics. So
and you have pulled out already?
Well, I would say no. I still have a mission. I still have a vision.
You pulled out of the PDP even before the election?
Yes, I did. I left PDP, definitely.
In anger?
No, just in trying to make some other stakeholders happy, as I captured in my book.
And also pay the PDP back, right?
They didn't care. After all, the incumbent who won is now in APC. Okay. He has since moved. He has decamped too. The person who won under the PDP ticket in 2015, Gisalo, is now an APC member. You decamped to the APC? I did. You decamped out of the APC to where? Nowhere. Nowhere. I'm a free spirit. You wrote a letter to the party? Yes, I did. What did you say in your letter to the APC? Oh, I just said that, at this point in time in my career, I really would not want to be involved in partisan politics, and I was not prepared to be a member of the party. You also wrote a letter to President Goodluck Jonathan. While I was an aspirant, yes. I heard that I broke party protocol by writing that letter. Didn't you? I don't know. What is protocol? Define it, please. I don't know. That's why I asked myself, what is protocol? Are these norms that are written in stone that I cannot do anything about? As I said, my way is to go the way that nobody goes. So I heard that there was protocol and lowly members don't write the president. But I thought, he's my president. Why can't I write him? Children write their presidents in the USA and the UK and they get responses. Why can't a grown adult Nigerian who pays taxes write her president and expect an answer? Did the president receive your letter? Only God knows. Did the president reply your letter? Definitely not. On page 11 of your book, you wrote, on my will not do list. Yes. Was trade sex for asses. Yes. I was advised this could be an issue if I chose to run on a certain party's platform. Eat my words. Yes, I would not trade sex for access, that's one. I would not eat my words, write obsequious articles about the then First Lady, Dame Patience Jonathan, and I would not wear ashwebi with any person's face on it. Those are things I would not do. Did you do them? Nope. Didn't do any of those things. Why did you bring the question of sex here? Because it would be hypocritical not to. I mean, first of all, when I wrote this book, we weren't even in the era of Me Too. But now, the whole world is gripped in the era of Me Too, where there's a very clear understanding that men in powerful places act as predators to women who want careers, jobs, anything that they should have as of right. So coming from the field of politics, because I was CEO of the Nigerian Women's Trust Fund, which is a non-profit organization focused on trying to get more women into government to increase their participation in decision making. So it was a constant complaint of certain women, that, these were the things that were expected of them, to trade sex for favors. So I had to acknowledge that even if it's something that I didn't face, it's something that does happen. So I can't ignore that. And so that's why I had that in there.
Did you hear such stories in the PDP?
Definitely.
That?
Oh, that this person had to do this with that person, or this person expects everybody to do this with them to get X. Yeah, for people who are listening, there's a very strong narrative around women in politics that's supposed to be, women who go there are loose, they don't have husbands, they don't have men. There's a negative narrative around women in politics that we can't pretend doesn't exist. So there's all that, and it comes from these types of associations, these kind of rumors and stories going around.
The program is State Affairs. I'm discussing with Ayisha Osori, the author of the book, Love Does Not Win Elections.
Bush Radio!